Hi, I'm Donna. I'm an online therapist from talkfeelchange.com, and today I'm going to be answering one of the questions that people ask me quite often, which is why did I decide to become a therapist? Before I begin, I'd like to explain that as a therapist, I don't sit and give people advice. It's very important to me that you understand that if I were to sit and give a client advice, it would be as if I was saying that I'm the expert on your life. While I might have a bit of psychological knowledge, I am not the expert on your life. Only you are the expert on your own life, and I can't tell you how to live. We can sit down and figure things out and look at things in detail together and decide on which direction to go. But ultimately, I would rather empower you to make your own decisions. If you were relying on me to give you advice, then that would be fostering a dependent relationship. And I'm really not trying to get a client to need me, to help them all the time. I'm trying to help you to empower yourself. So have you ever heard someone say, find what you love, do the thing that makes you happy, and if you do that, as a job or a career, you will never work a day in your life? Well, that doesn't really work for me. I think that every job is work, and I think that instead of trying to find something that makes you incredibly happy, it might be a bit more reasonable to find something that gives you meaning. And for me, being a therapist gives me a lot of meaning. I've often found that the more I get to know a person, I sit down with them and hear them speak about their story, and I slowly start to understand who they are and why they are the way that they are, then things like judgment just go out the window, and it creates so much more space for appreciation and acceptance and respecting the person and really seeing the best in them. And it's this kind of space that I really try and create in my therapy practice. I find it really meaningful to sit down with a client or a couple and figure things out together, get on the same page as them, and to guide and navigate them through sometimes the very difficult emotional responses that they may have. But I think at the end of the day, one of the most important things to me about being a therapist is helping someone to feel heard. I've been in my own therapy as a client because just as doctors sometimes need doctors, I think that it's very important for therapists to sometimes experience being a client. And during that time, I felt that it was really, really important for a therapist to hear me. And when they did, and when I felt acknowledged in that way, there was something very powerful about being in that vulnerable position of being a client and have someone really see me and hear what I was saying and acknowledge me. And that's what I really try and foster as a therapist now. And I often check in with my clients to make sure that we're on the same page. Am I getting you here? Am I misinterpreting this? Because it's really, really important to me that you do feel heard and that you do feel understood. I want you to know that what you say matters to me. So I guess I'm less of someone in a white lab coat telling you what to do, and more of a trained professional who tries to see the best in you and works together with you for your ultimate happiness and meaning. Let me end by explaining why I've decided to focus on couples in long distance relationships and individuals looking for help with self-growth. And the reason is because in my own life, I have grappled with and struggled with and experienced all these sorts of issues. And so these are things that are very close to my heart, and they are things that I've spent a lot of time thinking about and learning about and reading about. And so these are very good areas for me to work with. Of course, I'm not limited to these areas, but these are like my niche. Another reason why I've decided to work a lot with people interested in self-growth is because through my practice I'm trying to foster an idea of therapy to help people flourish. So not just therapy to fix, or if someone is at the depth of their despair, but I want therapy to be destigmatized and to become more of an option for people who are interested in furthering their self-growth and having a space for reflection and building themselves up. So yeah, that's why I decided to become a therapist. And if you're interested in more of what I have to say, check out my website at talkfeelchange.com. Bye for now.